see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pocket too big, Rakishi. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You in the no Chad Hugo. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You in the no Chad Hugo. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they, too, were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here's Smith now on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, here's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. To throw is Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And a short gain here, down to the 22. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 14 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
On second down, Freeman. And they'll get him down right about the 20. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Throwing is Smith. Quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you started on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, Watson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Come back, come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd, Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he'll find Akins there, complete. Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And now running right through it. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Edelman, the intended receiver that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll try the air now with Watson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Richmond.
From the gun, Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's no quarterback in this.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step. Aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On 4th down, Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. He's got daylight. 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, yeah.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And now out comes Houston. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Jordan Leggett, the tight end, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. They will indeed snap it to Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And it is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Now a first down throw, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On second down, here's Mixon. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Yeah, he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Black 22! Black 22!
Watson now, operating from the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Watson on 1st down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. Going for it all. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And that is I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now maybe a free play here for Smith. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Smith. And that is incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one taken from the 7th. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up?
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have broken the tie.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead. And
now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays and stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the 50, it's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Reynolds. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Smith looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Suck up for the extra point. And that score and the point after will knock this ball game up.
And when you're playing from behind, all you want to do is get back to even and, in a sense, start over again. That's exactly what they were able to accomplish.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 48 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Come back, come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Texans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They got a man open. It's 4 for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have broken the tie.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. And to the right side here, it's Allen. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back to throw, Smith. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Freeman again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And hang on here. Freeman shaken up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Smith. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Smith. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 8. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Going again on 2nd and 10. Watson to the right side, and he's got Edelman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
On first down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. 2-jet. 2-jet.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And no, it's incomplete. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On 1st and 10, Smith. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lewis. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. On first down, Smith. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now they'll run with Lewis. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis, his third touchdown. Now on the year, and the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And that's caught inside the 35. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup, 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Frank Clark in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This is Lewis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Smith. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And they'll run it here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith dumps it off to Lewis. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And Suckup will put this one right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Time for a break. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Caught left side, Hopkins. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 4 yards on the dump off at second down.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Titans are close to finishing off this football game. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles.